Yes, Dust 2, G2 and FaZe Clan. Clearing my throat as I prepare myself for what should be a brawl. I love the picture painted there by the desk. It is going to come down to Guardian, Rain. These two did very little on training. Certainly not the stars they were, and the last time they succeeded was off the back of those two, especially versus this opponent. G2 then 1-0 up, Henry, and we've got ourselves a pistol.
We absolutely have a classic setup here from FaZe. A lot of T-sides on Dust 2 want to focus towards long. The double smoke setup to allow you to cross. You usually have the P250 on Nico, and my God, does he hit that shot on the A bomb side. That's what they want to set him up for. He's the spearhead of this operation so far. Long control granted. That's pretty standard for a CD pistol, but this is where it matters. Lucky's right back on the bomb site here, and they're going to try and set Nico up to take him down. It's an incredibly difficult shot, and we'll see if he's capable of hitting it. But this, oh, okay, they're doing a variation. They usually do commit towards long, double smoke the crossover. There might be a faker, so Rain's setting up for a smoke. So Rain's got the bomb, and he's being left at blue bin right now. So they are mixing things up here. Different calls we made. Guardian, all of Mice towards B. They have got one of the smokes, I assume. So we have Guardian, all off Meister over
Look
there.
at Kenny's position. Look at Shox's position. They've got this worked out. And the info's there. The shot is there. That's hard. Long range, back turned, one tap is all it takes from Shoxy.
I was trying to work. If they had one of the smokes of them there, they could have done the dribble smoke towards B. That could have been enough. But for now, Rain's going to smoke CT spawn from the long position. They've lost a player. Whatever they had in mind, shut down. They've lost a massive advantage here. The long control with the utility they had, the double swing and the crossover, that's enough to win a round. Nothing too fancy required. This shot needs to land, though. Nico can't quite get it just yet.
That's a very hard shot to hit. If anyone would do it, it's Nico. He already did tag up Lucky through the box. They've closed the gap. Kenny, he's looking to seal the deal, and he does. What is this? What was that? Kenny! One flash from Amanek and 3 clicks of his mouse. He's got himself 3.
Just overthinking things there, FaZe. I'm sorry, that was you could see the long take with the smokes and crossovers. They've done it so many times. A lot of teams do it. Maybe they feel like that's too telegraphed, it's too obvious, but you've given up all the map control there. If you've not got anyone towards B at the start of a round, within 20 seconds, you can't really justify going back. You have zero information as to whether they've pushed or not. You do have to push, you have to commit. You have 5 players in one position. Real bad call from FaZe there, I'm afraid, and they pay the price. G2 reacting well to Dust 2, getting the B tunnel control, and they win out the round with a great flash towards long. Too much intel gathered.
Yeah, Shox' shot as well. I mean, sure, it would have been difficult, but the fact they lost Guardian on the way back really hamstrung any sort of adjustments. Just the Glocks then. And the Glock train looks like it's going to be pulling in towards the A station. Lucky's there, and you do see the damage already inflicted from that nade.
Yeah, so this is just a little gambit to get the bomb
Bit of a run
towards
boost,
shorts.
perhaps?
Yeah, you can do that. It's the best way to get it down, but Lucky, he knows he's under no real threat. He doesn't have to commit for all the frags here to stop the bomb going down. That's when he'll swing. He does not want to let that go down. So here comes a swing now, pays the price for it. Actually getting a little bit awkward here. These Glocks are working out, Alex. I have no idea how.
They had nothing, not a single penny spent. Bomb down, 3 members of G2 down, and now Amanek and Shox, they're feeling a bit hot under the collar, a bit hot and bothered, that's for sure. They've got to save this round. This is exactly how Train went down. FaZe win with even less than they did the first time. Olaf, I don't know if he got that info. Shox definitely did. He does start to hold the angle. He's got someone pushing him from long as well. The info's there. They know where both of them are. They can pick. Rain's got it, and I think that's enough. FaZe Clan, they managed to make a Glock round work. Hard for me to comprehend, Henry. That's why I've got you.
They didn't invest anything. You're right. They got $1,900 for losing the previous round, right? No bomb planted there. Clean round from G2. They had Glocks and I think a flashbang at the very top end. They go for an A split there. I was like, considering the next round, I was already kind of working out the maps of the next round, seeing what was going on. Somehow, some way, there's trades with Glocks, and we've talked about the snowball effect before. I need to see some replays to see how the jewels went down. Yeah. Something has gone wrong in the G2 camp there. Shock's trying to hold it together. You can see it, how frustrated he looks right now. That should not be happening. And a series they can 2-0 here, a map they play. They've won the pistol, and they've given that up for free.
That was truly a freebie. And FaZe, they managed to make it count. Now they're all fully bought up. Coming into round 3, it's map 2. This is a quarterfinal. Both teams have been able to been rising from the ashes. Neo, of course, joining FaZe Clan, taking the leadership role. It's an interesting story. So is Shox getting flashed just as they appear. Lucky's Deagle does connect, but FaZe, they maintain the advantage. And the bomb loose for now, but it's on long with the majority of their players. They're leaving Nico this time responsible for the B-tons. Typically, as this round progresses into the defaults, expect Olof there.
We just got a really interesting stat through. That 4K towards long with the flash assist from Amanek there, he got 4 flash assists. On the entirety of Train, G2 had 4 flash assists in total. So that one round in total, that shows you that was the godlike flash thrown, right? That was the absolute best it could have possibly been. That was really cool. And we'll see ourselves now in a 4 versus 3. Remember, there's no force buy. And this is just Deagles. You're not expected to win this round, but it's still a significant investment. They won't have enough to really buy into the next one.
That is interesting. Flash assists. I'm glad that we're getting more attention drawn to it. Gives us more ways to talk about that, the supportive actions you can take in Counter-Strike. Nico, he's getting his Molotov towards back plat. He's got 3 CTs pulled over. He's got the entire gamble from G2, but it's all an act. He's been going to acting school. It's big in Bosnia. And he's going to have all the info. He's probably going to get all the frags as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he starts to turn tail and starts to catch them off guard through mid. Or even back up through tons.
Yeah, just going to hold on to whatever they can here. Look at some exit kills, but FaZe Clan probably can't believe their luck at this point. He lose the pistol in such a convincing manner. Somehow win with Glocks in the second round.
Sure, yeah.
I really do want to get a replay package together if we can of those frags and how they went down. So it's Orgs and SMGs that I really have no idea what happened. But it will be CZ's Deagles to be saved, no armor. And remember, sure, they're going to get $1,900 per player next round, and they didn't force here, but still won't be enough as Nico just farms all the cash. He's got himself 5K before the round's even over. He's going to get 35 on top of that. So just knocking the door, $9,000. Olof Meister will find the final kill, and they've got all the money in the world. G2, quite the opposite. Keep your eyes on Olof Meister. He's got the long spawn. He looks like he's ready to take it as well. Unless there's any HE grenades purchased by G2, he should be absolutely fine. It's quite a common approach, smoke middle, 4 nades long, but I don't think they can really justify that right now. We'll see.
Yeah, G2 want to get back into this game, fully bought up as soon as possible. And so, I mean, it's exactly the same on the other side. Not a single penny spent. Just the USPs as they gather in mid-doors, and Rain, well, it's actually tagging up Lucky through it. Not going to be holding on to that for too long. And the CTs, they're hoping to catch one. It's like a 1v5 at the moment for Nico, and he sprays down $1,200 in the bank. A smoke to bait, and a Desert Eagle to finish the job. Lovely work from Nico.
Really nice work. That's great.
Just no awkwardness, no losing and a UMP and his teammates getting caught out. It's just done.
He is the animal of Dust 2 as well. You let him out of the cage, you let him off that leash, he's going to cause damage. It is a scary prospect. The fact we're going to round number 5, it's 6-1. It means he's confident, he's hitting his shots, which he was on Train as well. 172 ADR very early on, but
yeah, I mean, it's an eco
it
bash.
Sets the scene.
It certainly sets the scene. And let's see how they want to approach this one. We do now get the AWPs in play, and I say AWPs, it is plural. 2, Amanek, Kenny S for the CTs.
And Amanek will kick things off in style. He's on the B side of the map, taking down Olof Meister quickly. And Amanek does fantastic work on Dust 2 with the secondary AWP. He'll be holding the B side primarily. And it looks like FaZe want to answer back in a pretty quick fashion here. Towards Short, actually going to be flashing through, trying to beat Kenny S. But you've got to wake up pretty early in the morning to take him down. It's Rain that's dropped just as he gets out of the smoke.
He's got full vision of this one. The molly will obscure it just a little bit. A flash over. He wants to try and get Jax across. It's a brave move. FaZe haven't quite got the sight attack from Kenny. FaZe, they have to pay the gatekeeper of the A site, it seems. Pay in blood, play in bodies. Jax pushing in now. Guardian close quarters. He's only going to get the one before Lucky's there, but Neo's making a bit of a game of this. Nico, he's got nothing left. Just 2 points of health. The round continues. So does Kenny, and this should be it. Nico, 2 HP and 3 to find. Lucky converts it. Huge hold from them, from the long side. And that's going to be G2 finding 2.
So we did have this matchup back in Dallas a couple of weeks ago. It went all the way, I think it was triple overtime. It was Kenny S versus Guardian. That's in the battle. Really, it felt like it was so nostalgic. It was like
historic.
It felt 2015 levels. It was like everyone hitting their shots. Close range one-on-one clutches between those two guys as well. Kenny coming on top of the clutches. Guardian getting most of the mid-round picks. It was so great to watch, and I hope we get to that position. I like the G2 win that round just because I want this to be a really close game. After losing to Glocks, I was worried that they might trip up here and give up too many rounds on their CT side, but they've got right back in it, still running the double AWP setup. Everyone fully equipped now as Guardian going for that classic long take. Players there, takes the incendiary, will stay for a few seconds to see what's available to him, and it can cost you a lot of HP. Nico's gone down, Guardian's low, but Rain can get two here.
Oh, he can get more than that. Look at that, just lines him up. Shox and Amanek.
Oh,
Kenny's in
no.
trouble. He missed it. Uncharacteristic from Kenny. Now the site's lost. Perhaps even the round. He's forced to fall back. It is a 3v3. Guardian does extend the lead for FaZe Clan. They've got the B site, and they should have the round. Wow. Quick lineup from Rain. We said he had to step up. We said that he was certainly a win condition for FaZe Clan. Absolutely silent on train.
That is massive. Opening kill as well for G2. Amanek, Kenny S, both finding frags, but that all-important miss from Kenny, as you said, uncharacteristic. That's a shot you expect him to hit all day long. Pretty standard. Hit the shot, fall back, call for rotations. If he gets it, there's a very good chance to retake that. The fact he didn't, he falls back. Guardian, smart position. Low HP, holding middle for any transitioning players. He gets the better of him, and they will save at least an AUG and an AWP, but loss bonus certainly not going to be in the strongest of position. I think they'll be getting $2,400 per player at this point, as we will move on to round number 6, actually $1,900. So Kenny S with 4,100, he can be dropped the AWP by a lucky. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. And this is the sort of round, Alex, we had these on train. When you're low like this, you're back to the wall, you don't have all your utility, you might want to go for a boost towards short. You might pick middle, might not necessarily look towards T-spawn, but you want Kenny to be a little bit more active this round. I want to see him try and go for the first pick. Guardian
was just so ready for Kenny there. So the lead extended for FaZe. The buy is awkward, as you've already covered. Shox is going to put that UMP exactly where it does its best work, close to the doors. He won't have any company just yet because Rain and Nico fast up short. Kenny's the one to try and take this fight. Oh, and the smoke, he tries to fire a wild shot, but look what it's cost him. He tells them he's there, and they greet him with 80 points of damage. Nico does catch the HE, though. He'll be running around with 55 from now on. Could this be the mid to B?
Could well be. Nico, so well known for this position. Guardian just behind the wolf pack. They've got AK-47s, they smoke off spawn, they Molotov the boosted position as well to make sure there's no players waiting. But Guardian and Shox here, push through with the UMP. What the hell? He's going for 4 kills here. The USP could be enough. That is absolutely magnificent from Shoxy. And now we've got Olaf Meister left in a compromised position. It's the ace. I can't believe it. It's the UMP, Alex, of all the weapons coming through the smoke. We did say there's a chance of the mid split there, but I didn't expect it to be cracked wide open by the UMP of Shox.
If Shox respects that smoke, they're in that site. Amanek gets one, the bomb's down, that's a save or that's an awkward retake. Shox knows it. He charges through that smoke. He had 1 kill coming into this round. He takes 5 more. Guardian, I love the movement from Shox. He knows it's an awkward shot for Guardian with the AWP close quarters. Keeps moving, switches to the sidearm, and gets the ace. Kenny, he continues to run with that momentum, and already Nico's gone. Rain, he wants to try and trade off his teammate, but there's flashes and smoke stopping him. He's going to have to slow down. It's not his choice anymore, and they do start to gather in long. How quickly will G2 get the info that the majority, if not, sorry, all of FaZe Clan have invested into one side of the map?
Oh, this game just got extra spicy at this point. 5-on-4, Kenny S with the opening kill here, and an ace from Shoxy with an SMG against a fully equipped FaZe Clan. That's going to rattle them. I'm surprised he didn't take a timeout after that one. Oh, spots him jumping. Guardian almost has the time to hit the shot. It's going to be Kenny S waiting on the A side here.
Oh, it does too. Kenny, Guardian, what a delectable Counter-Strike treat. Hang on, Rain. You got a double against these two before when they pushed up in your domain, but this is going to be a tough one. They know where he's coming from. Shox holding the close angle. Is Rain ready for it? He's firing off the warning shots. He's certainly not. Now he is. And so that sends the CTs packing. That's a lot achieved by Rain.
That's enough, though. Like, if they give up 1 kill there, they've lost their advantage, right? They've got a 5-on-4 already. If it does go down, they lose a player, they've lost that great work Kenny did at the start of the round.
Oh, and on the cross, Jax, he's holding a tight line. He gets 2 out of it. The AUGs from G2 are working oh so well. This should be the equalizer. Rain just going to try and catch 1, but from behind, Shox strikes. They met earlier, but Shox wanted to make sure they could finish that conversation. They do so by double doors. So, 4-4.
And loss bonus starting to get there, but we haven't had plans for a while. It's going to be FaZe Clan And we'll have the option now to buy with a couple of rifles and pistols or just take a bit of a partial here. It looks like it's going to be the latter with Rain and Guardian with Desert Eagles so far. Here's the replay of Jackson. You can see no smokes in the cross there, Alex, and way too easy. Run out of resources. You're going to have to go over, hope for the best there. Really didn't work out for them, and it's the T side of FaZe that they have a very good Dust 2 in general. It's down to more individual greatness, I feel. I feel like their execution potential isn't quite as high as other teams.
Sure.
But their CT side is a brick wall. That's where they really have their strength. So they're looking to get like maybe 6 or 7 rounds would be perfect. And so far, so good in that respect. But they're heading towards B on this eco. And Amanek, dribble smoke comes through. He has got a strong weapon as they wait for any bullets to come through and grenades, more importantly.
This is such the default response. You see dribble smoke and there's a gap. Shox is going to be looking to exploit it. Olaf, he plays this exact position. He should be expecting it. He wasn't. And now through the smoke, they do jump out. Amanek supporting a very flash Shox. Neo, that landed perfectly. But Amanek, could he have done enough? Neo's making the pistol work. They have the sight, but I'm not sure they're going to be allowed to get that bomb down.
You can justify pushing through if you're lucky right now. You know, one of these players is out of the round. He has to plant for 4 seconds, so that was absolutely fine. Denies the bomb, there's still a chance to win it. Guardian gets to Dinkle Kenny.
He's going!
He almost had it, Alex. He had Kenny on 1
God.
HP. If he shoots the other player first, it could have been enough. That was a strong attempt there from Guardian, and it would have turned the game on its head. Oh my God, it couldn't have been closer.
It was so perfect. I mean, FaZe Clan walk into B with pistols and overcome it. That's FaZe Clan all over. G2, they're smart enough to know that when that bomb goes down, the afterplant gets awkward. If you give them any time to breathe, any time to set up, any time to surprise. Lucky pushed in, and Guardian's so close. My God. Aggressive towards long. He had a choice, forward or backwards. He opts for the more aggressive option of the two, but that's going to make things very dangerous. Jaxie's doing the flashbang dance, and Guardian crashes the party.
But Lucky has got to that position. Equal trade for now, but that's what I'm talking about. They won't suspect him to be there. It works out perfectly. The old bait and switch. Can he find the third? Not quite. They maintain the 3 versus 2, and it's Nico and Olaf Meister on Dust 2 to try and bring this round back. And look at the position of the Swede. He's got himself up short here. They have no idea, Alex.
He can catch them. Nico, the fact that he's got Kenny, that's going to be Shox now just tunneling, barreling towards long. From behind, Olaf can strike if he wants to. Doesn't need to. Nico, no scope necessary. He's on 3. Amanek's wild and wild away. He's not going to be able to close that gap. That bomb will go down. A nice little throw from Nico. A strong arm there.
Yeah, that is round. Amanek, to be fair, they haven't planted yet. He was in all the way towards B. I didn't think he might even give this a go, but I guess so. It might even be worth checking long, see if there's a mistake made, but at this stage, it looks to be exit frags.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at the cash overall. They have won 3 rounds in a row. It's still pretty good. They're going to have Lucky Jack with 10K between them. Kenny S with 5,000 as well. Amanek to save his orc, so that's absolutely fine. But what an effort from Nico. You've got to respect that. That's something that's pretty special there.
I mean, Guardian, he did commit so aggressively to find the opener on long. That was his responsibility. Goes all the way to blue bin to start that one off. And then Nico, with the AWP of his own, finds 3. That's round over. And so, FaZe Clan keeping things level. I mean, I expected nothing less. It's just been back and forth affair. Bursts of 3 rounds for each side. Kenny S even saying, nice shot.
Yeah, you got to.
When Kenny S is acknowledging your AWPing, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, he can keep up with the best of them.
Of course.
As an all-star player. And I think to be at that all-star level, like your Simples, your Nikos, your Coldzera, you have to be able to use the rifles and the AWP at a world-class level. That's how you get star potential, right? We've got plenty of riflers out there. They can do similar things to some of these guys, but you have to be the full package, I think. And we've just seen that from Nico just there.
Just like you, Henry.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the full package.
That's the comparison I wanted to bring in, but I didn't have enough time.
No, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you, yeah. So kind of like, you know, Henry G.
Basically.
Jax is going to smoke. He might push in front of that. He wants to try and fade. Oh, he doesn't get touched by the Molotov. Okay, so Long's now G2s. He can just sit there and relax.
Remember, we saw Neo in this position. He was getting almost bullied in that spot a couple of times with the CT pushes from Valde yesterday. So we'll see if there's a similar storyline there. They've left long open, and this FaZe, one of their main vulnerabilities on Dust 2 is the flanks. They don't seem to have the timings quite down when CTs can come behind them. Luckily, it's absolutely okay. Jack's not as aggressive as North were yesterday, so they are going to get their full execution with 5 players here. This is when they can actually cause a lot of trouble. The path has to be made towards the A side. Rain normally drops down, which he will, and now his objective is to take the AWP out.
Kenny's already managed to find just enough for Neo. And he's getting away with it, getting away with murder. Repositions, he wants to catch them on the cross to sight. There comes Guardian, he takes him as well. Guardian gone, Rain in the smoke. They are going to be trying to get that bomb down. Kenny's just have the lineup in his head. Shock's pressured from CT, but he does thrive with the UMP. He's even going to get Rain. They're making it work. They're making it work oh so well. FaZe, that's the most execution, that's the most rigid we've seen them, and it's not rewarded.
It's FaZe who we know have those executions. The reason we don't see them too often is for the kind of reasons I stated before, that their vulnerabilities to the flank. They don't usually have a default. They keep all 5 players up. This time they had everything they needed. Full execution, but Kenny standing on the car, he still had vision. He dodges the flashbang well, and his job in that position, get 1 kill, stay alive. Rain drops down, there's a smoke there as well. He can't do anything with it. So on the car, you can still see above. That's a great shot. That is not easy by any stretch. And then Guardian, he knows he has a challenge. He needs to get something in their favor. Kenny starting to come online now on the CT side of Dust 2. It's going to be the timeout, Alex, with maximum loss bonus, I think. Not quite, we're 1 away. As we'll see, there's still cash there for FaZe. We're going to get 4K on Nico. Similar story for Neo, but it's Guardian and all of my set a little bit low. They might want to take the partial here and aim towards short, try and get another plant down. But who knows what's going to happen.
Fun fact for you, the CT setup we just saw from G2, that FaZe executed into, was phases. You know, that phase 3 men on B, one's watching mid from B, 1 deep long, and then Nico's that flex player towards car. Kenny was doing Nico's role in that one and received it perfectly. Yeah,
it's just because on that car, like you could be wall bangs. If you miss that shot, you're going to die. It's an all-in position. But if you're hitting your shots, it's wonderful.
Double ops back out from the CTs, which is fine. However, there are some deagles that can swing around close corners. It's positioning now. Well, the position they've chose is long. Jax, is he going to try rinse and repeat? We did this before.
Yeah, you're suggesting we just want you to stay away from this. You drop the smoke to kind of bait them to come through. They feel like that room's going to be safe. It's definitely not, though. It's an absolute bloodbath in there. Jax, that's a really intelligent little play. A nice trick for you guys to try at home. Drop the smoke. They feel like they're going to have some room to move in there. And you just sneak through as it blooms, and you're ready for 2 quick clean frags.
Yeah, Jax isn't stopping there as well. Long on lock.
And just to know as well, it's the backup with the incendiary in front of it that really enables him to do that. Going for a smoke generally isn't advised, but if you set it up in that manner, very strong play.
And there's enough space just on the back of that molly for you to take your position. So this round should be the 7th then for G2. Does get a deagle into the hands of Olof, but Jaxie's going to add a 4th.
I'm liking what Jax is bringing to the table today.
Man.
4 kills in this round. Sure, I know it's against pistols, but young players like him, it really boosts your confidence. You're on the stage now. This is a huge game. You're up against some of the most prestigious names in Counter-Strike history, and he's performing. He's not scared of them. He's not rattled. He's pushing into those tight choke points on the CT side. Alex, if he goes down to a deagle, that costs him the round, but he wants to get in there. He wants to get them stuck in, because now going forward, they're going to have to use more grenades. They're going to be more aware of that position and that potential.
It really is. It's a mental game as well as, of course, a game of precision, a game of physicality. It's not letting that get into your head. This is FaZe Clan. I could go home. I'm in France. Maybe there's some family in attendance. Just ignore all of that. It's just the game. It's just the round. Jack's certainly doing it here in Dust 2.
So it's going to be a G2 timeout, I believe. And this is good because they know when FaZe, when they have their backs to the wall, we talked about this yesterday, when the defaults aren't working and their executions go wrong, where do they go? They go for fast mid plays. They said Nico, long spawns, out middle. They let him just go for absolutely everything. I feel like G2 will be calling for a very either passive setup here or just trying to pick towards middle to shut that down. They might even just send someone to go towards lower B, just something like that. They know Nico is going to be dangerous this round. You can feel it coming. Watch out for him because he knows he has to step up here. As we get into, he's gone down towards the drop-down position as well. This could be the play I just described. I hope it is, because it's exciting. When they're in trouble, this is what happens.
Nico's pulling out his trap card, and it's gone.
See? They were ready for it. They were set up for that. They called it. That's what the timeout was for.
They knew it was coming. You nailed it. And now another round slips away from FaZe Clan. Holding down W will only get you so far. Shocks just knew it was coming.
It was G2 calling that timeout, by the way. It wasn't like FaZe showed their hand.
No.
They won. It might be so next level that you call the timeout, so they start trying to think, what can we do as well? Get them discussing.
Yeah, okay. Hey, have 30 seconds. What are you going to do?
Guys, what do you normally do when things go wrong? Have a think about it. We'll set you up for it. That's it's incredible to see G2 respond in that way. This is looking like a team that's actually it's worth this organization. They haven't been for the last 2 years. They haven't been performing. The lineups look weak. But this is looking strong now. This is like the homework's being done. The players make sense. The roles are all there. And the big names are performing.
Speaking of big names, Guardian and Rain. The last two for FaZe Clan with 45 seconds on the clock. It's just, it's a harrowing tale of patience and prayer. Kenny is going to be the one to receive any funny business on short. And there's the flash, perfectly timed. He had no time to react to that one. That's going to give him space and a second as well. Great use of utility from FaZe Clan to at least get that bomb down. Rain's even done more than that. He's got a frag, and Jax, doesn't matter if it's long or if it's on the site himself, he does damage and converts. So that's going to be the 8th now for G2. The French are poised for double digits.
So, like I said, that it was the predictable play from FaZe. Normally it works out for them. Even when you know it's coming, Nico kills 2.
Right.
The fact it hasn't worked, that really doesn't look good at all, because now what do they go to?
Just want to clarify, when you say that, you know, Nico, this is Nico's contingency, it's not working. If that's his plan, well, how does it normally work? Is it just because it catches them off guard? No one's expecting a body there?
No one's as good as Nico.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like,
that's the answer.
That's like he goes with a play that gives him a one-on-one duel you don't expect, but he's going to hit the shot no one else can.
Sure.
That's why it works so effectively. But if they know how to position themselves correctly, they can counter it like they did. They've confirmed they're against the Deagles now. Kenny, he'll be tagged up a little bit, but gets that first kill. And against pistols, you don't want to have anything to do with this. That's one of the most difficult angles to challenge on a CT side, is this one right here. You do not want to check towards short. You could have even 3 members looking at you. Let them have middle if you want to. You know they have pistols. Crossfires on bomb sites now. Hold on to utility for full commitments. That's exactly what they're doing. This is looking lovely. Player on Goose, player on crossover. Kenny to get the first shot. Jax to slow them down. Incendiary. That's what they need.
The longest angles you could find while holding short. Kenny's going to miss a couple of shots.
That's fine, though. Watch out for Jax. He's got the Incendiary. That should be fine.
And Jax, yep. He's going to be checked by Nico, but should be able to line them up, and he does exactly that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 9.
Really nice setup. G2 are playing a great game here. FaZe, remember, they managed to win the full eco in the second round. They lost the pistol. That's fair. But then they got 3 rounds on the back of a full eco here. They have 5 in total. Their gun rounds have not looked compelling enough. But their CT side is a brick wall. I would say 5 is enough still. It's just the way the way these rounds have gone down, it's not exciting me so far. We haven't seen fireworks from Nico just yet.
Certainly haven't. I mean, one of those 5 was with Glocks. This is the FaZe story.
Yeah.
One of those rounds was with a Deagle. You know, we find ourselves saying that an awful lot, and now it does look like a bit of a different page is being read by FaZe for their final round of their attacking half.
Just to know again, we talked about Guardian on train. We said Dusty's got to be better. It's round 15. He has 6 kills. I'm going to say maybe, what, 2 or 3 of those with the AWP? It's not online today. It's not there for them. Yeah. This is quarterfinals. He's got to step up now.
Well, that's perhaps a conversation they can have in 1 minute and 17 seconds.
Kenny, on the other hand, 12. And he's already had his strong performance on train. They're looking for double digits here. What a pick that is. He knows the potential of the repeat, but Rain thinks better of, and he's got back in position.
Oh, he could get another. Oh, it's a quick flick. It's a hard shot to hit. Backs away. Keeps that presence on short. Keeps them paranoid. Olof trying to fight Lucky through the doors. It's rather equal so far, and remains that just by the skin of his teeth. 15 HP left for Lucky. It's finished off by Rain. Dives into CT. Where are they going with this? The bomb's towards tunnels. It is going to be on towards Amanek. Molly to try and clear him out. If that doesn't touch him, he's got a shot. He does have the AWP. This is going to be really difficult. Bullets from all directions.
They needed something like this to go in their favor. They lost the first 2 picks again, but out of nowhere, a couple of kills. The B side was exposed. Like he said, Amanek, he had the AWP at the very back, but luckily for G2, they have resources here. They have boatloads of cash here, Alex. Even if they don't win, a couple of kills will keep FaZe on a firm leash here as they push through. Jack's doing decent damage. He might even consider pushing that as he holds for his teammate here. Flashbang goes in. They're both towards the tunnels. And Kenny S taking damage. He was hoping to get the pick. Not going to happen. Guardian, that's a very easy shot by his standards. Going to find a bit of confidence there. And the last round, it goes 9-6. A labored half, though, from FaZe. As we mentioned, a full eco to actually get them into it. 3 rounds off the back of that, but the gun rounds were slow. G2 in a fantastic position to close this one out 2-0. But FaZe will build the wall in the second half. Let me tell you. We'll see you after the break.
Second map of our first quarter-final in Montpellier. Season 9 finals of the ESL Pro League. It's in the second half of Dust 2. FaZe chose to take it here, and G2 come into their T side with quite a convincing lead. 9-6 on the half-hour machine. He's Henry, and we're jumping into the pistol.
We absolutely are. I can see the buyers coming through. 2 smokes, couple of flashbangs, and P250s. Now, G2 historically do like to go towards long. That's where they'll finish and usually get the bomb down with the 2 smokes of the crossover. But they've gone into a default stance for now, and I prefer that. You want to feel the map out first for the same reasons we saw FaZe fumble in the beginning.
Yeah.
They wanted to go long, but they left T-Spawn vulnerable. They got pincered from the tunnels because they didn't have any information. This is classic style now. Default, waiting for aggression, like this. Lucky hasn't gone down, and now we can push the CTs back and make sure they don't get any key intel here.
Interestingly enough, while Lucky's keeping those CTs busy, the rest of G2 do start to gather up short. It's a 3-2 split. Will be held on car by the CTs, and so the charge begins. Neo is the one to receive here. That's a smoke. That's not a good smoke. There's the second to make up for it, maybe for the cross. Gives them a bit of a safe haven on this cross there. Backing away.
Sure. That could be an interesting idea.
Could be. We'll talk about it later, because now bomb should be going down, and there's not a single body hitting the deck. 48 seconds as it goes down. Didn't take them that long. This is an interesting one. Lucky has stuck around on long, and they have to be worried about that. 3 members there. They have to focus on the site, but there is still this dank flank as well.
Yeah, this is looking very good for Lucky here. He times this well. He has the Glock, does deliver, and there's going to be Kenny S and CT Spawn as well. They're just mowing these FaZe players down, but Rain, he's been quiet this tournament, but he has to be louder than ever at this point. Oh, that's not bad. Another one on the table as well. We'll see if he can get a defuse attempt there, but it's going to be Guardian getting off the bomb. The P2000 has to deliver. There is a defuse kit. There is a defuse kit. He can do it, but it's not going to happen. Shoxy will deny everything there. G2 have just torn FaZe limb from limb in that round. They couldn't have done a better job. So just to talk about that smoke towards the CD spawn area, I'm thinking they smoke CD spawn and they drop one on the CD box as well to stop jump shots. And I think it might block vision from the car as well for headshots, that tiny little angle. I think that's what it's for. And it's the first time I've seen it. I'm not 100% sure if the pros...
It did look like a failed smoke initially, and then you looked at it on the cross, it kind of looked like it blocked them.
It could be. If someone who maybe is a pro watching, let me know on Twitter.
Yeah,
if that's the thing, that would be cool.
That would be really cool, but this could be even cooler. Guardian tested on B, it's all onto Wolof with his deagle. He has to be precise, and he's quite the opposite. 2 bullets to the belly, doesn't shut down Lucky, and Shox, he's just a robot. Walks in, 2 quick clicks of his AK, and they've got themselves a round, they've got themselves a plant, they've got themselves 11-6, Henry. This is starting to look scary. FaZe coming into this half, and they're going to have such a mountain to overcome once they get weapons in their hands.
They force ball here. They're going to be 11-6 down. They're going to have to give up the next round as well. Neo has a Kevlar, a P250, hoping to steal what, an SMG away. That's as good as it's going to get. This couldn't be better for G2 at this point. They're playing a very clinical game of Dust 2. They've been doing the theory here. Every tournament, they seem to look a bit stronger each time, plugging holes and fixing mistakes they've made before, and the skill seems to be getting better and better. It's ever since Amanek joined the roster for me. That's when they've looked really convincing. He's the secondary AWPer on Dust 2. He's seen him do a great job already. He's on the T side now, Mac 10 in hand, and goes down to Neo, but the kill is found. It's not necessarily required, but still takes away his armor, makes things pretty much guaranteed for round number 18 here. They'll have nothing. They can't really invest much more than a couple more P250s, but whether they even do that, I'm not so sure. One smoke for Nico, and that will be for the mid doors, Alex, just to kind of suggest maybe we're not stacking B.
Maybe. That was a great connection onto Nico in the round prior. Shox walked into that site with no fear, and we're back live. Let's not forget, this was FaZe's map pick. This is the map they wanted to play. This is the map they thought they had the best shot on and could potentially concede.
Shout out to Stewie2K in the DMs. It is a thing. That smoke does block vision from car. First time I've seen it.
Cool.
Really cool. Thank you very much.
Just the nade on Guardian. There's 2 Mac 10s in play as well. G2, they could really just build the bank for the rest of this half here to start taking those freebies. A stack in CT with the CTs. Let's have a look. Are they going to push? A flash? Yes. Shox needs to be cautious about this one. That's an AK lying on the ground. His team are going to fortunately keep things clean. And we've got ourselves 12.
G2 done their homework and passing with flying colors by the looks of things. They're bringing new smokes out. Good coordination. Great discipline so far, and it couldn't be a better start on the second half. 3-0 up. That bonus situation, Alex, we've talked about this a lot throughout, but they've upgraded one of the SMGs to an AWP. They'll keep Jax on the MAC 10. 2 players out helmets, make it 3. This is the chance to really go for their haymaker punch, and we'll see if they can do it. Round 19, Jax with a decent long spawn, flashes out, smokes in the corner. Chad talked about this presence from G2, how they like to exploit this position. That Molotov to stop any CTs going towards that pit. Fast A-split coming through. Nico had to connect. He hits the shot, but doesn't get the frag. Rain, he's in trouble now. Grenade in hand, but same story on the T side. It's scrappy on both ends. No one going down just yet. Who will blink first? I'm not sure. Olofmeister trying to get any information he can. I don't think there's much indication as to where they're heading at this point.
Certainly not. The 2 defenders of B are standing vigilant. It's a question of what information they can gather. Back towards long, Rain returns, as does G2. Jack's first in with the MAC 10. He can be bounding around if he wants to. He's right on that corner. Kenny's going to take the long fight, and Nico's going to be walking straight in. Here it comes. It's a heavyweight match, but Kenny throws the knockout blow. Reigns for 2. No, not. The MAC 10 of Jax. He was waiting for so long. The MAC 10's not going to work there, though. Neo needs more. Tagged up Lucky. Oh, he's in so much trouble. Amanek 16. Lucky 1. Shox, he's the only one that could have any sort of health, but that doesn't stop Amanek connecting with the AWP.
This is now a 2 versus 1. AWP could be enough to win the round. He does need to find the first kill first. Bomb on his back, HE available. Olaf and Guardian, though, both looking very alive and well. Bomb will be planted. It's not a long plant. He'll have to just fight tooth and nail on the bomb site. Do the CDs stick together or try and split him from long and short? It's the latter, so Amanek needs to try and isolate one of these players.
He has a shot, though, crawling. He could find Olaf. No, just on the left side. It's not enough. That will be an AWP to retrieve, a double AWP for the future, and a defuse to keep FaZe in it. 7 for the international roster. Wow, they've got a big mountain to climb here.
That's a scary one still, because as we said, you're going into that round with MAC 10s, right? Yes, you did upgrade to an AWP, but there's plenty of money to keep going forward. FaZe do not have foundations laid yet. 2 players survive. Yes, they recover a double AWP setup, but overall, they lose this round. They're 13-7 down. Money's right back down there. Need to be very careful here. Guardian and Nico is a scary prospect, but we need to see more from Guardian on this CT side. Really want him to deliver. He is the master of this map. He knows he can perform with huge numbers as he gets that AWP in his hands now. Kenny S looking for damage as they cross. Nothing spotted, but he will take the shot regardless. Lucky, once again, focusing towards long. Flashbangs from his teammates. You can see that system time and time again. It's stifling for the CTs. They can't cross over.
Wow.
And we've got 4 players, Alex, heading towards shore. They have not been dissuaded from this position. And here comes the MAC 10. Nico to strike first.
It's so quick. Amanek deep into CT. Lucky, that long rush is paying dividends. Another headshot. Rain's gone, Neo's got paranoia. He has to worry about long. Does pick up the Molotov, does pick up the York. His shopping has bore fruits, but now 3 versus 3. The bomb yet to commit. They can back away from this one. Amanek's position in CT. He's been there for so long, avoids the flash. The MAC 10's not good. Olaf's better. So now the numbers do favor the defensive side. Bomb in the hands of Kenny. That Molotov's not going to land. The smoke was there.
Neo would have gone down for sure. If he throws a Molotov a second later, he gets the kill! What the hell is that for Kenny S? He's back! It's 2-on-1! And Guardian has nothing to do about this. He's stuck in CT's spawn. If he gets the jumping shot, I'm going to lose my mind. He has so much work to do here. And we've got a kit, an AWP. The first shot won't connect, but Kenny S certainly did. That was absolutely god tier.
How does he get the second? The first, sure, it's Kenny S. The second, so quick. I could barely process. He spotted him. Connects and finds 13 for G2. They're closing in on match point. Take a look at this one. Quickest flick onto Olaf, but this second shot, so ready for it. Just another day in the park for Kenny.
Oh my God. I'm lost for words, Alex. That's why Dust 2, with Guardian and Kenny S on the server, is some of the most entertaining esport you can ever watch in your entire life. Yeah, take the timeout, man. Let's get in there. Let's get stuck in.
I mean, we all know where that timeout's come from.
Yup.
Kenny's smiling. And now it's a chance for them to reflect. A moment of meditation. Coach Malek, of course, can step in. And it's perhaps even a conversation of where do we go from here? You're staring down the barrel of 13. Inferno in the wings if we need it, but FaZe, they can't quite get there. The buy's awkward here. Is that what the conversation's about? Just swallow our pride, accept 14?
It's the age-old conversation, Alex. So do we force buy and essentially go for it, try and deny everything, or we take the eco and allow them to get one step closer to knocking us out of the tournament? Neither option is good. They've taken the more conservative approach. They can win these rounds. If they can get this one, there's a real conversation of the comeback here. It needs a quick one deek from Rain. Not going to happen. FaZe starting to fall apart here. Deagle recovered, though, towards shore. It's Neo. He's been playing very well today. He's had so many tests sent his in direction. Remember, the B bomb site and train, almost every round having to get 3 kills. A bomb site, every single bit of utility being thrown in his direction. He's done what he can today. 13-7 down. They have 1 HE and a 5-on-4. G2 cannot afford to give this round up. It is theirs to lose.
Has Amanek set up a little trap with that bomb in tons? He's like, it's dropped, it's loose. He's just sitting there with a Mac 10. Just doesn't want to necessarily get caught on his walkabouts with it. Does retrieve it once again. No aggression from the CTs into tons. Neo. Oh, Nico shows up. It's a Nico Deagle. It's always a threat. Shocks with the AK just as much. So quick with that. Finds 2, and Nico, despite his best efforts, I think he's going to have to accept this round's gone. Very quick too. This is the problem when you've got so many big names in the server, you can't catch all the action. Shops has done something ridiculous, but so has Nico.
There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts here, that's for sure. Nico still has a chance to win this. If you're not aware of how good this kid is, just wait for it. We call him the Bulgarian Bulldozer. He does, not Bulgarian, the Bosnian Bulldozer. That's the wrong player.
No, that's Cirque.
That was Cirque we were calling.
We have them too. We have them too. Lots of bulldozers.
All the bulldozers. This one's Bosnian. But it's not going to be, I thought it was going to be taken out of the round just then. Not going to happen.
It's just the impossible task. Shox is going to challenge, and, well, that's the 3rd for him. 4th, excuse me, a huge round from Shox. Admittedly, against that awkward FaZe buy, but it secures 14, and it does so neatly. FaZe, they've done it with Glocks. Even in this map alone, you really have to respect every single round versus FaZe, and that's exactly what Shoxy just did. 14 then to 7.
Well, this is where the eco has led them to. It's not even Guardian on the AWP here. Has Nico got the best spawn? He actually hasn't. Maybe Guardians has been rattled too much on the orb. Nico's going to challenge T-Spawn right here. He's actually going to go for it. Wait for it. Waiting for his chance. No, doesn't. Okay, he was lining it up. I don't know whether he's waiting for a sound cue or anything towards lower just to see whether he could get that first pick, but not going to happen. And it's going to be Shoxy now up against Nico. There's the smoke towards long doors to allow him to peek around the corner if he wants to. 3 players with G2 out.
Oh, this is a tough fight. Neo's there. Oh, he can't trade it.
He hit both. He hit Nico as well after killing Neo.
No way. A collateral from Kenny. Nico's bleeding. Down to just 16. And the responsibility of A-Long is his. Kenny, that damage could come back to haunt FaZe Clan, and right now it does. The flash. Nico completely exposed. So a FaZe Clan, to be honest. 14. This is likely to be the 15th unless the heroics of these remaining 3 can arrive on the scene. Rain, just the tippy top of his head from Amanek.
We've got Rain, who's considered one of the best short players in the entirety of Dust 2. He is a god at this position. They're going to need him to deliver here, but it's long is where G2 are focusing. Guardian, remember, didn't even want the orb this round. It was Nico that was given the responsibility. A desperate spray for the smoke. Could have cost him his life. Looking for series point here. G2. With time remaining, 30 seconds, they have a player towards middle. That's going to be Amanek, who will go for the backstab once his team fully commits. They want to cause chaos first. They want to suggest the final commitment, and he'll come in towards CT spawn just as they take contact.
If they make this awkward, if they can find 2 here, Guardian, you control your own destiny. You control your fate. The flashes, the nades, they're freaking him out. The spray's through. He's fully blind. Amanek on the flank finds Olof. This looks like 15, 9 seconds. It's a safe plant. No nades to question it, and it's over. 15, G2 Esports are poised for a semi-final. And FaZe, they can't find the resistance. They can't find the fights. This is all they have for their last stand. Scouts, Deagles, MP9s. The French on home soil set aim for the semi.
This has been a wonderful performance, and this is how it should be. You got Shoxy, 24 kills at the very top. Kenny S, 21. Everyone's been saying this the last year and a half. Where have these two players gone? Why are they not leading the way? They were the most celebrated French names probably of the entire history of CSGO, and they've dropped off dramatically. This has been an incredible performance on the big stage. Quarterfinals against FaZe on their map pick, and they're schooling them right now. One more round will do it on their T side. Scouts, MP9s, FAMASes. There's barely anything to work with here, Alex. But FaZe need to try and make it work. A Scout, MP9 crossfire along. Shoxy aggressive towards middle, taken down with the Deagle of Rain.
You got to remember, FaZe and their Desert Eagles. Nico, some aggression from long. Actually, he doesn't go down. Just enough evasive maneuvers. He's only got a Scout. It's unlikely he does too much more. Rain, however, has found a second. Now Neo chimes in. Match point. They've got hundreds of them, it feels, but this one perhaps going to slip away. Just Kenny and Amanek.
If ever there was a chance to close it out, that was it. But now, though, 5-on-2. Amanek makes his way through towards the B side. He's just going to try and get out
on the
smoke.
corner. Yeah, he does.
It could be enough, you know. He gets these 2 kills on B. The rotations alone will be enough. There it is. The second was there, Alex. If he gets that, Kenny has a chance to fall back and go farm B. There was actually a real strong case to be made there. Doesn't happen. And FaZe keep their head above water for now. 15-8, 7 rounds in a row required just for overtime.
Nico's going to be kicking himself. If he was just a little closer when he connected onto Kenny, they'd have been able to bring an AWP into this round. Unable to do so. He had the Scout. He was running straight towards Kenny's corpse, but just shy, a couple of meters. So sacrifices will be made as FaZe once again look to stand the test of G2.
They can do this. If ever there was a team of tenacity, it would be for FaZe Clan. They don't have the AWP here, and I think that's fine. Sometimes you've got to admit it's not working out for you. Guardian normally so good in that B bomb side of the AWP, but it just hasn't been working out for him today. Focusing on a more forgiving weapon, the AUG. But the B play, the final finish potentially here from G2.
Starting to charge, flash in. Olof's going to be on the corner. He does only get the one, but the French are in. Wide open sight. Bomb goes down. It's notoriously difficult to retake FaZe. Your days are numbered. Shox is even there for the mid-rotate. Rain, you can fire off all the shots you want. He won't show unless he needs to. There is a flank coming up, and he's so cognizant of it. Oh, he's so ready. Not gonna find Neo.
He doesn't normally miss those. The pressure getting to him somewhat, Alex. 3 versus 3. 1 kid available. Smoke for the tunnels, and it's coming in. This is gonna work for FaZe here. They need to find these kills. Jax miss, and Rain gets him.
Lucky he's low on the bricks. He needs more than one. Kenny's already connected. It's looking good for G2. They're so low. And 1v1 is Lucky. 3 in the round. It's 16 in total. G2.